All right, today we are going to talk about handling disrespect. And this isn't just about gritting your teeth and getting through it. Nope. This is about actually transforming those moments into a source of real personal power. Let's jump right in.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You're just living your life, and then wham, someone hits you with a rude comment, a sarcastic remark, some kind of blatant disrespect. And just like that, it can totally derail your entire day, your whole mood. Immediately, your body just goes into overdrive. You feel that flush of heat, your heart starts pounding in your chest, your stomach twists into a knot. It's that deep, primal fight or flight thing kicking in, because it feels like a genuine attack. And then, a second later, your brain catches up, and it just starts replaying that moment over and over and over. You're thinking, wait, did they really just say that to me? All that anger, the frustration, maybe even embarrassment, it all starts swirling around, just screaming for you to react. But what if you didn't have to just react on instinct? What if instead you could choose how to respond? Well, there is a much more powerful way to handle these moments, and that is exactly what we're going to break down.
So to really see how this plays out, let's look at a quick story. Let's meet Alex. Think of what Alex went through as our guide for how to navigate these exact kinds of moments.
Okay, so Alex is working on a team, and a really important project hits a serious snag. You know how it is. Mistakes were made, tensions are running high. It's a pretty common scenario, honestly.
And then, in a big team meeting, a colleague doesn't just point out the problem. They single out Alex. They unfairly blame Alex for the whole thing right there in front of everybody. You can just imagine that sharp, immediate sting of public humiliation.
So, I want you to ask yourself honestly, what would you do in that exact moment? Your reputation is on the line, everyone's looking at you. What's your gut reaction? Do you lash out? Do you shrink back and say nothing? Just think about it for a second.
Alex could have done either of those things. I mean, nobody would have blamed them. But what Alex did next, well, that's the pivot point. It is the one single thing that changes the entire game, and it's the foundation for everything we're about to cover. Instead of snapping back or shutting down, Alex just paused, took a breath, just for a second. And in that tiny little space between the insult and the response, Alex took back all the control. That right there, that's where the magic is.
And let me be perfectly clear about this. That pause, it is not about ignoring what just happened. It's not about being a doormat or pretending you weren't disrespected. It is absolutely not weakness.
In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's about making a conscious choice to transform the raw energy of that moment, to turn it from a negative conflict into an opportunity for you to show your strength and control. So what was going through Alex's head during that pause? Well, that quiet moment is really the gateway to a super powerful framework. We call it the 7 Pillars of Power, and this is your brand new toolkit for building resilience. So let's break them down. 7 strategies that you can literally start using the next time this happens to you.
Because remember, the goal here isn't just to survive these moments. The goal is to actually use that negative energy as fuel to make you stronger on the inside.
Okay, pillar number 1, awareness. This is exactly what Alex did in that moment. You noticed the disrespectful comment, for sure. But more importantly, you notice your own internal reaction, that flash of anger, that feeling in your gut, but you don't let it grab the steering wheel. It's like being the calm eye of your own personal hurricane. The storm is all around you, but you at the center are still.
Pillar 2 is detachment. Now, this doesn't mean being cold or indifferent. It just means seeing the situation for what it really is. And here's the secret. Most of the time, when someone disrespects you, it's a projection. It has way more to do with their own stuff, their own insecurities, than it has to do with you. Once you realize that, you can step back and just decide not to pick up their baggage.
Pillar 3, assertive communication. And this slide really lays it out perfectly. Aggressive is attacking them. You're wrong. Assertive is stating your own reality. I feel when you. So later, Alex could go to that colleague and say, I feel undermined when I'm blamed in front of the team. See the difference? It's not about winning a fight, it's about calmly defining what is and isn't okay with you.
And that leads us right into pillar 4, boundaries. This is all about protecting your own energy. Think of it like this. You are the gatekeeper of your own personal space. You get to decide what behavior is allowed in. And when you set those limits, you're not being difficult. You're actually teaching people how you expect to be treated. Pillar 5 is reflection. This happens later, after things have cooled down. You look back at what happened and you look for the lesson. Don't just keep replaying the hurt. Ask yourself, okay, what did I learn here? What did this teach me about that person? Or what did it teach me about my own triggers? Every single challenge has a little piece of wisdom hidden inside it if you're willing to look.
Number 6 is all about constructive action. This is where you really channel that leftover energy. So instead of just sitting there fuming, Alex did something productive. They wrote down exactly what happened, and then they went to their colleague, not with anger, but with actual solutions to help the project. That's how you turn a negative moment into a positive outcome.
And our last one, pillar 7, might sound a little weird at first. Gratitude and resilience. Look, you're not grateful that someone was rude to you. Of course not. You're grateful for the opportunity to practice. Think of it like going to the gym. The resistance of the weights is what actually builds your muscle. Every time you successfully navigate one of these situations, you are literally building your emotional strength. You're becoming more resilient.
So when you put it all together, what does this mean? These 7 pillars, they do more than just protect you from negativity. They actually elevate you above it. You stop playing defense and you start living from a place of conscious, intentional power.
So really, it all comes down to this. You can't control what other people do. You just can't. But you always have 100% control over how you choose to respond. And in the end, your response is what defines your reality. So the next time you're faced with disrespect, just remember that choice. The power is yours. The only question is, how will you choose to respond?